that's what some folks say, but heaven keeps score in a different way. Hit it, boys! Jars and shaking hands. Elimelech packed up quick, crossed the border chasing it. More knives and foreign bread. Then the fathers ended up dead. Naomi staring at the floor, 3 black dresses by the door, and the neighbors whisper low, life gets hard, protect your own, cut your losses, walk alone. But the story turns on the smallest thing. Not a sword, not a crown, not a king. Ruthless, that's the world without a root. Cold hands counting profit over truth. Ruthless, everybody for themselves, nobody stopping for somebody else. But one voice answered in the dead of night, where you walk, I'll walk beside him. History changed, not through power or youth, but because one soul refused to be ruthless. Naomi said, girl, go home, find new love, don't die alone. But Ruth stood firm in widow's clothes, dust on tie, travel-worn toes. Your people now will be my people. Your God, my God, till earth turns equal. Where you die, I'll lie there too. No spotlight, no reward in view, just covenant, just loyalty, just choosing who you're gonna be. Yeah. Because she was famous, not because she had status, but because kindness, notice kindness. And the whole wide world still turns on this. Who do you become when nobody's watching? Ruthless, that's the empire of greed. Everybody taking more than they need. Ruthless, stepping over the weak. Smooth talk dripping while the hungry can't eat. But heaven builds kingdoms differently through quiet acts no crowds can see, and history blooms from hidden roots. Because one woman refused to be ruthless. Now hear this. Sinai wasn't only fire on a mountain. It's every moment you bind yourself to something higher. Ruth chose covenant freely, not born into it, not forced into it. She walked into destiny carrying grief and still chose kindness. Ah, that's Torah lived out. Hey. Hey, hey. Everybody wants redemption. Few people want to glean the fields. Everybody wants King David. Few people want to care for Naomi. Everybody wants the crown, but heaven starts in the corners of the harvest. From barley fields to royal line, little choices echo through time. Greatness and